My name is Richard Rushing. I'm Chief Information Security Officer for Motorola Mobility. We are the manufacturer of mobile devices, which includes phones, tablets, and wearables, and other type of consumer devices across the world. We had a bug bounty internal program that we're leveraging and using, and it was kind of a painful process. We had to do triage, we had to have contact and working with the researchers and everything else, notifications, working with them to figure out when things would be solved and coming back with that and doing all the notifications and providing bounties for them and everything else. So it was a really high labor and high intensive process to get information back and forth with this. The wonderful thing about the crowd is a very, diverse environment, but you also have people that are very specialized in what they're trying to do. You get people that approach the problem from an application side, from an authentication side, from a network side, and all those different areas because that's where they are comfortable with. You don't have people that are doing bounty programs that are like really broad. They're very narrow and very focused. So you get the best of the best looking for these things. It takes a lot of effort out of your hands. So I always look at it from a crowd perspective, is that you now have hundreds, thousands of people working on your code. If you are the one that has to approve and figure out how to triage that, you have to communicate to 1,000 people. You can't scale. And so what that allows you to do is Bugcrowd actually scales that. Now I'm left with, I know the vulnerabilities are legit. I know they have to do this. And my only thing left is to say, yes, pay the researcher. It's not so much with that. And then go back to the developer and go fix this. Here's how. So it becomes a very easy, lightweight process. From a software development lifecycle, it fits in a couple of different areas. One, we can apply things that are very critical to software lifecycle. Authentication is usually some of the back-end components of that to say, hey, okay, yeah, we're authenticating against one particular device or one server in that, and I can focus on that effort. The second area that fits into the software development lifecycle is that I can do code revisions. So every time there's a code revision, I can actually do testing on that code revision and make sure that they haven't introduced new bugs, or as everything is changing, libraries change on a regular thing, there's not an accidental ingestion of something that's bad, or somebody forgot to configure something from a dev environment into a production environment that's actually there. It's much better to have a bounty program than to have the bad guys come exploit your stuff and then you have a breach. So it becomes very easy with all the breaches that have happened and everything else. It's very easy to kind of say, hey, isn't it better to have this beforehand than the after effects of having insecure functionality with that? And I think that's one of the key areas. But if you start looking at when you start paying off on the bounty programs, it becomes very quickly, super quick, usually within 30 days out of the box, you already found value in the bounty program that says, hey, look, we already got a lot of things that we had missed or that our pen testing third party had missed or other groups had missed internally that are already live in the program that's there. If you look at what Bugcrowd provides, you take a 10, 100, thousands of researchers. You have the capability of them working with the researchers and triaging the things so you don't get false positives and everything else. If you did not do that and you tried to do this on your own, you alone would be working with 1,000 different researchers, 60 different languages, and you're trying to figure out which one is there, how to do it, and everything else. So it basically goes from how do you support 1,000 different things, or do you just want to support one thing of Bugcrowd providing the resources and the information directly to you. So at the end of the day, it's pretty much on a portal deciding what you want to pay, to getting the information and working with your development people that you work with on a regular basis to fix and resolve the issues.